Hey everybody, what's going on? Your host LovelyCheesePizza here. Welcome back to Let's Play some more Pokemon Blue, where last time we were able to knock out the Cinnabar gym, and it was awesome. And we just went through two theme changes very quickly. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go jump back in the water and we're going to get our feet wet because we are heading back, basically back home. I mean, we're going to go straight up the old river here. We're going to be back, I believe, in Pallet Town, and then we're going to head up to Virizion City in order to knock out, essentially, the last gym. It'll give us our 8th badge, and then we'll be technically ready to go to, to go check out the Elite Four, which is crazy. We're so close to, like, end-of-the-game type stuff. It's ridiculous. Feel the sun and the wind, and the fact that I can't feel my legs because this water is so cold that I have frostbite. Yes, look at the look on my face. It is actually a look of pure terror. Alright, so he wants to fight. Bust out a Poliwhirl to start, huh? We should actually, yeah, we need to give Drain a break. He has been going pretty hard in the paint for a little while here, so we'll bring out Neo for this. Well, actually, I want to let him try this. I want to give him a little test drive on that solar beam. Oh yeah, and that's gonna kill you, dude. Solar beam is so sick. It does so much damage. I love it. And despite the fact that it does require 2 turns to do it, but that's why it's so awesome. You can tell that it's going to be good if it has to build up for an entire move to do the damn thing. Alright. Critical hit for not being very effective, and it takes away 99% of everything that you got going on. That's only because he's poison type, otherwise that would have definitely killed him right away. And then, ooh, that Seadra looking pretty fierce, but not fierce enough to get cut by a leaf. And now you're dead. So, crazy thing, I'm turning 29 in 6 days, and I'm not even to 30 years old yet, and I'm about to say probably the most wildly old man thing that I think I have ever said. And I'm not even like really that upset about it either. Like it's actually pretty sick. But I definitely watched Frasier last night on purpose. I mean, that's like a show that I think the only people that I ever knew outside of Matt now that have watched that show on purpose were all people that were probably over at least 45. But Matt started watching it not very long ago, and so like while he's been on like this binge of just wanting to watch like every show ever apparently, that he knew of as a kid, and then just like didn't watch it because it was obviously like way over the head, which is actually really tight. I'm actually kind of into that a little bit too, because that was a show that I always knew it was on, but I never watched it because it was just way too adult for me at the time. And so while he's been doing that, he's been sending me, video clips of things that are funny, because apparently that show, for, as intellectual and adulty that it is, it's actually really funny. And so I was at his house last night watching an episode or two of it, and it's a really fucking funny show. It really is. Like, there's still some stuff in there that just kind of goes over my head a little bit, because some of the language is just a little bit out of my range, but it's funny, dude. I think one of the strangest things about it though is that it might have potentially the weirdest ending theme out of any show that I think I've ever watched. Like most shows have a pretty run-of-the-mill end theme, whether it be just like a little jingle or something, but this, it's just so weird. It just doesn't, it seemingly makes no sense at all. Okay, I put myself really behind the 8 ball on that. That was pretty dumb, but I figured, you know, we only need like 2 moves to kill it. And now we're gonna do this. Which, I mean, Starmie's also psychic, so this probably won't do a ton. But, we'll give it a go. Oh, come on. Come on now. Come on now. You don't need to be like that. But, dude, yeah, dude, it's mad weird. It doesn't make any sense. Hopefully I'll remember, but it's something to the extent of, and pardon my horrible singing, because I obviously don't have the talent there. We'll use a regular one. But it's something like, I've got the blues, baby, toss salads and scrambled eggs. And something like, I'm sorry if I'm a bit confused, but I've got you pegged. But I don't know what to do about tossed salads and scrambled eggs. And that's fucking it. That's the whole thing. Like, what the hell does that even mean? Like, why? Like, what does that have to do in conjunction with anything related to that show? It's so weird. Like, the first time I heard that, I was like, was that just like, because I just like, was that just supposed to, like, was that on purpose? Like, was that just for a 1-episode thing? But no, like, they do, that jingle is what they use as the end theme of, like, every single episode. And so, it wasn't just like, you know, like a little joking around thing. Like, they seriously use that for pretty much everything. But, dude, the episode that I watched was actually really funny, too. It's it has, like, this really unique kind of comedy to it. But, this episode, and had it been probably in any other show, it probably would have still been funny, but I think it was actually funnier here because these are supposed to be people that are, like, really intellectual. And they just did probably one of the stupidest things you could do. So they go back to, like, their childhood house that they were renting from this other guy, and he was getting ready to sell it because he was moving to another country or whatever. And so he decides, we'll switch to get to get Pillsbury up in here. So they go to the house because they wanted to potentially turn it into like a bed and breakfast. Couldn't do it, the house was too small. But then they remembered that when they were kids, before they moved out of the house, that they had left like a little time capsule type of memory box under the floorboards in the main room. And they wanted to try and, you know, get him out of there, but the guy wouldn't let him, you know, dig up the floor or anything, obviously, because he's trying to sell it. And so, later that night, they go back, and, they start searching around, like, they essentially break into the house, and they're searching around to figure out if it's still there, and they find out where it was, and they pull up a couple of boards, and they pull out a skull, and so they're just like, oh my god, there was a murder in here! They're like, who do you think it was? Because they're sitting there thinking all these things like, oh, well, this had to have happened like right before we moved out, and maybe that explains why the guy wanted to kick us out of the house. And so they start like formulating all this like whole like Hardy Boys type of scenario. They're like, oh my god, well maybe he kicked us out because he killed his wife and he buried her under the house and he cut her head off and her hands off so they couldn't identify the body or whatever. And so, you know, they're like concocting this whole thing. And so they end up digging up the box and they like put it aside, and so they start like looking for more clues by totally like demolishing the inside of the house. And they end up like calling the cops, and they bring the guy in. They bring in like the owner of the house back in, and like the cops are like questioning him, and they're like, we know what you did, we found your dead wife in here, and you know, and all this stuff about like, oh, we're gonna get you arrested, and you know, they're like sitting there like all proud of themselves, like, oh, we did a great thing, we solved a murder. And you know, they're getting ready to go, and they're like, hey, we should look inside of our memories box to figure out what was inside, because they still hadn't done it yet. And they open it up, and there was like this program. There was like this program from when they did like this production of Hamlet, and they both had like a memory flashback of when they went into like the props room at their elementary school and took a skull out of the room to use for the play, and they took it home, and they actually had put that in the box, and it like fell out, and so it was under the floorboards, and that was the skull that they pulled out, and so they totally like falsely accused the guy for murder and demolished his house and got him arrested. It was actually really funny, and like when they opened up the thing and looked at the paper from their production or whatever, they're like looking at it. I don't know why I used a psychic for that, by the way, but I did it anyways. They're like looking at it, and they both like instantaneously both of their faces just like sunk, and they're just like, oh shit. They're like, well, I think we probably owe him an apology of some kind. It's like, I think you owe him a lot more than that. So yeah, it's a pretty solid show. I think I'm actually gonna probably go back and watch the whole thing, despite the fact that there's seriously like 240 episodes of it. There's like 11 or 12 seasons of it, with a lot of episodes per thing, but I think it's worth it. I really do. Because I've seen some things in there that, like, I had to go back and watch it, like, 7 or 8 times, because I was, like, losing my shit laughing. Like, there's a scene in there where he goes to the batting cages with his dad for, like, the first time ever, and he's in, like, you know, probably, like, his 40s or something in the show, and so he goes to the batting cages, and it's just the most awkward-looking thing ever, because he doesn't follow sports at all. It's so, just like the stance that he has while he's in there, it's so awful. But oh my god, it's so funny. And there's like people that are over there that are like in their 20s that are watching him, and they're like making fun of him. And so he's basically like a guy in his 40s that's like complaining to his dad, who's, you know, probably in like his 60s or whatever, that he's like, Dad, they're making fun of me. Which is great. Nothing like having the reverse version of that, having a 40-year-old man being picked on by 20-year-olds, and he complains to his dad about it. It's great. So that's what that is. So I have now ascended into turning into a 50-year-old man by deciding to do that. But hey, you know what? I don't even care. The show's damn funny. Like, I'm sure if a lot of you guys watched it, you'd probably enjoy it. That's all I'm saying. I'm just, you know, trying to inform you guys about quality viewing. That's all I'm saying. So, oh god, oh boy. The cough still has not fully gone away yet. I want it to so bad, but it's just not coming along yet. And I think I'm going to eventually go probably clinically insane at some point. Let's bring Neo out for another round. Even though this move's not gonna, well, if I use Solar Beam, it'll probably do it. Because, I mean, realistically, we're gonna stop at a Pokemon Center anyways before we take on the gym, so I just realized I forgot to start my timer. That's good. Yeah, that's great. Now I gotta just do this one right off the top. But that should be fine. I'm not really too worried about it. Let's, hey, you know what? Radigan's been, he took a long break, so... Dude, that Tentacruel is so sick. He's so tight. I don't know why my voice just cracked like I was 12, but it did. Just, like, look at him. He's just sitting there like... Did you have a question for me? With his, you know, weird tentacles crossed or whatever. I think he looks way tighter than Tentacool does. But that's because he's cruel, you know. All right, well, we're you know, Radigan's pissing now, and Tentacruel's definitely shooting par, but we won, so that's fine. I think I might have... I mean, I do have, what is that? Full heal? I should probably use that. So this... Okay, for those of you that are wondering, by any random chance, what it is that we're going to be doing after we knock out the Viridian City Gym, because I do have a plan. Don't worry, we're not walking into this completely, you know, without a strategy. What we're gonna do is oh great, the sea cleanses my body and soul, unless it's the Willamette River. You go into the Willamette River here in Salem, it would not cleanse your body and soul. What it'll do is you'll go swimming in there and you'll come out with an extra fucking head, because it's just like toxic waste in there. Like that, it's like common knowledge here in you know, in the surrounding area that you do not go swimming in the Willamette, because it is just dirty as shit. I mean, there is no amount of of cleaning agents you could dump in there that's gonna make that any more likely for me to go swimming in it. That's for damn sure. So, you know, you could basically, you go in there and you come out a creature, you know, from the show The Oblongs, which, hey, I love that show. I was so bummed out that there was only, like, 1 season of that. I think there were only, like 7 episodes of that, which was even more of a bummer. Yeah, we'll use them again, why not? So, yeah, dude, such a bummer, but... Yeah, I've actually never gone swimming in there. I refuse to do it. I go down there when I go do like you know, Pokemon hunting in Pokemon Go down at the riverfront. When I go down there during the summer, there's always people down there, but every time I'm just like, God, they don't even know what they're getting themselves into with all that shit down there. There's just, I would never take my kids into that if I had kids. It just seems like a nightmare waiting to happen. So what we're gonna do though, since I got way out of there, I got a big haul. Wanna go for it? What does that mean? You got a big haul. Wanna go? Like, are you inquiring about engaging in coitus with me, or are you asking me to fight while you're standing on the plank and I'm in the water? Like, what are you getting at there? It seems kind of weird, but whatever. So what we're gonna do? Oh, this guy's just got a... Really? You got a big... Wow. A level 27 Magikarp and you never evolved it? What the hell is wrong with you? Why would you ever do that? I mean, whatever. It's your funeral. Now, for like the 7th time, what we're going to do is once we get done with the Viridian City Gym and we have all 8 badges, what we'll do at that point is we're not going to go directly to, you know, Victory Road and all that stuff. What we'll do instead is we'll go off to the power plant so that we can go have a nice little chat with Zapdos, because, hey, we gotta do that. I mean, that's fully necessary. And so I'm pretty pumped about that. We'll have to go stop and pick up a flying Pokemon in order to at least get us over in that area without having to travel for like 87 years. Although, might actually be advantageous for us. Well, maybe not. I'm gonna say it might actually be to our advantage to kind of travel through all that again so we can catch some of the Pokemon that we didn't do early on in the game. But, we'll figure it out. But I was thinking about just flying there, and then going and taking care of that, and then going towards the Elite Four. So, yeah, well, that's kind of what my plan of attack is for now. Because, man, having that Zapdos would be so sick. No, I mean, again, not like I'm gonna use him, because we've got our own little lineup here, but I mean, just knowing that we've got, you know, possession of that is what is going to be cool in the end there. Why would you have so many Magikarp without evolving them, man? God, those things evolve at level 20. Just give it a... Oh my god, I just realized we still have our Magikarp at the daycare center. God, we're going to owe that guy like $100,000. Probably even worse than that. Oh boy. Man, we'll have to stop by and check that out while we're at it too. I totally forgot about that. I wonder what Drain has been up to all these years. We're gonna like go pick him up and he's just gonna be furious. He's gonna be like, "You left me here for 30 years! I'll never forgive you for this!" But then he realizes that still the only move that he knows is Splash. And so, he might know Tackle by then. And then he'll try to tackle me, and he'll realize that he only weighs like 2 pounds, and so it's not gonna hurt. And then I'll grab him by his weird, like, wisdom whiskers, and I'll throw him back into the damn ocean. And that'll be my way of rescinding my ownership of him, and that'll be the end of it. No, we defeated him. Darn Magikarp! Well, it's your own fault, man! You halted their evolution process numerous times, like a Damass. Like a certified Damass. And I don't even feel bad for you. And if you don't know what the hell you're doing, you don't deserve it. You want to know if the fish are biting? I mean, I'm swimming in here. I know exactly whether they're biting or not. And the answer is no, because I have not encountered any fish whatsoever. I mean, if you're going fishing for jellyfish, then hey man, I've got all the answers, because I've certainly encountered plenty of those. But not crazy enraged fish with excess collagen and horns. Definitely not one that I've really gone after as of recent here. Let's go with, why not? Why the hell not? Still completely absurd. Just like computer noise of the damned for Neo. It's just, oh god. I mean, realistically, that's what most of these battle cries sound like. They're just, oh my god, we had the devil's experience points. I think probably after we finish this battle, we'll probably call it good for the day. Just because I have no real barometer of how much time we've been doing this episode, and I feel like it's got to be like close to 20 minutes, which is fine. But you know, I'm still trying to keep them within reason here. Man, so many seekings and other things in here. It's kind of bonkers. You know what? Just because, even though it goes completely against everything, I'm gonna have some seared seeking. Oh, yeah. Oh, really? Gotta give you some credit there for getting hit with a fire blast that would have fucking killed any other thing. I gotta give you credit. You actually held that off quite nicely. You had a nice Blair Witch char mark on your stomach. That's the good old-fashioned lovely cheese pizza branding for fish, is that. So, my friends, I think we're gonna probably stop right about here, just because I don't know... Oh, no, we're pretty much here. Hey! Alright, we're here. So, we have made it pretty much back home. Actually, I want to see what's here. Is it... What wild Pokemon is right here? Ooh, a Pidgeotto, huh? Got a level 32 one. Interesting. This is actually almost worth my time, because if we get this Pidgeotto right now, I think that... Oh, when does it evolve into Pidgeot? I want to say that it evolves into Pidgeot maybe before that. I want to say that it does it at like 28. I could be wrong though. You know what? I'm gonna take a chance at capturing this thing. Yeah, okay, we killed it. My bad. My bad. Okay, what else is here? Before we end this, I just want to see what else is here real quick. A Tangela. We already have one of these, though, don't we? I don't know. I really don't know if we have one of these or not. Do we? Oh my god, I don't even know. I'm gonna go for it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go for it. Just because I'm not positive here. I mean, when have we encountered one of these at any other time outside of trainer battles? I don't feel like we have. And if we did, then hey, we're gonna have another pile of spaghetti in our collection. That's just looking at us so awkwardly. It's just like freaking me out. With his shoes on, nonetheless. With his shoes on. I mean, for all I know, it's one of the Smurfs in there. Okay. Oh, give me a break with that. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna throw the ball at him. Actually, you know, I think I might even go one more time here. Please don't kill him. Please don't kill him. No, God, you idiot. God. Two things that I wanted that are now gone. I shouldn't have done it. I could have easily caught that with something. Alright, well, we do need one of these. We do need one of these. And, you know, I'm just gonna see if we can catch it with a Great Ball right away. We've done it with other things before. Maybe not. Okay. Hey, that's fine. That's totally fine. So... we'll do this again. I'm not gonna go too hard with it. I'm just gonna use a quick attack. We do need a Pidgey. We never caught one. You douchebag! God damn it. These things. They don't want it. They don't want to be part of the revolution. I understand. And we were supposed to stop this episode like, you know, about 6 minutes ago. But we're still going. Alright. You're not doing it again. I will not let you. Unless this quick attack just kills you for some reason. Because it's always possible. Okay, it sure did. God damn it. This is making me so mad right now. I just want, like, one thing out of this pile of things. Just one, so I can end it on a positive note. I don't need you. God, nobody needs you. And you are the least useful thing in the world. Come on. Come on, just give me one of those things. Any one of the ones... Okay, that's fine. It's not really what I wanted, but I kind of wanted that Tangela again. Don't kill it. Don't kill it. It's a quick attack, for God's sakes. Thank you. Alright, well that will at least ensure it. That will definitely ensure the victory there. Yeehaw! We got one! Alright! I've never been this excited for catching a Pidgey before. A common sight in forests and woods. It flaps its wings at ground level to... Okay, that's fine. We're gonna call this thing, we're gonna call it, Quag. 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 Yeah, sure, why not? Why the hell not? Alright, we're gonna stop right here, my friends. When we come back on the next installment of Let's Play Pokemon Blue, we're probably gonna head back down to that patch of grass again, because I really want to get that fucking Tangela. Do we need it? Do we actually need it? Was my initial thought about that correct? That we have not caught one before? Or am I, like, totally going nuts here? God, where the hell is it? It's here somewhere. Ah, well, we had not caught one yet. Okay. So, yeah, we'll figure that out at some point. But until then, my friends, this is your host, LovelyCheesePizza, saying thank you guys for watching, and I don't know what to do about tossed salads and scrambled eggs. Bye, guys.